Good morning, everyone. It's early morning here in Lithuania, and as I'm driving, I thought I will shoot some content today and once again just go deep down into self-improvement space. And this time I want to touch one topic about men's life. Why most men are just getting married and making kids while they're so young and their life is still not sorted, and then they have when they're, for example, they get kids and get married at 28, 27 or 30, and then they divorce at 33, 35. And there is a saying that if you're 30 years over, like 33 or 35, then you avoided your first divorce. And it's kind of true, it's kind of true. When you look at our fathers and the granddads, they lived life in a different way. They created families and kids when they were 20, 25, something like this, at a very young age. And the life that they lived and the life that we live now is huge different. Has a huge difference. For example, back then the prices were different, houses were cheap. One man was working and he had the chance to take care of the family. And now the prices have changed. Social media came and it's just a whole mess, right now. Men have to work 2 times, 3 times harder to get a woman that has 10 times less quality things to offer than she had 20 years ago, 30 years ago, when our parents created families, So 2 things are happening right now in society. One, men are still getting married at a young age and then they're getting divorced while they have kids. Second option, most men stay single because they choose to be single, because they want to build a life. First, they want to create quality life, create wealth, so that then they could take that woman into their life, a life that is already sorted, and then create a family. And there's actually a third one option. There are men who don't get laid, who don't get women, and that's the worst thing. That's the worst life a man can live, when he doesn't get women. So there's 3 options right now. I think that men should choose a second option when they sort their life first, their business, their health, their mental health, and then they start to create a family, I think that's the way to do it. That's the healthiest way to do it. Of course, you can build a family and a life and create multiple businesses and create the wealth overall when you're young. You get a woman. Of course, together you can create these type of things. But women now don't want to wait. Women want results now, and that's fine. That's fine. Women, of course, want also something from women. We want quality things in the woman, so it's okay for us to want things when they want things from us. But the purpose of this video is I just want to talk about why you should not rush in life, And rushing in life, gives you not the smartest decisions. So I have friends who work their normal job, make like 2,000 per month, 2,500 per month, and they have a kid, they have a girl, and they live a basic life, and they're happy, or they don't happy, I don't know. But that's a crazy life to live, I think, because is this a life when every month you have to calculate the bills, every month you have to argue what you can buy, what you can't buy, prices are increasing, your rent, your mortgage, whatever, you just have to pay, and it's not the way to live. So I think that right now times have changed. Men have to understand, okay, inflation rising, prices have risen, and my time to create a family has been a little bit delayed, So right now what I should do is I should be selfish. I should focus on my life. I should focus on myself, to sort the money thing, to sort the health thing, to be an attractive man. And those are my main priorities. But that doesn't mean you can't date. Of course you can date. Of course you can meet women, Of course you can have relationships. I'm not saying that you can't. If you're happy, do it. You need experience. But to create a long-lasting relationship and to create family and kids, you need wealth. You need wealth. And if you look at the statistics, for example, so many divorces are happening just because men don't have money, or there are financial crises in the families, So many relationships are broken because of the money, and that's fine, Women want resources, women want security. I get that, that's fine. That's why you need to focus more on yourself, to create and build wealth, because once you have that partner and you want relationship, you don't want to lose your partner, and you don't want to lose your wealth when you have a divorce. Number one option is what you can do the best from yourself is to create wealth and to create your physical attractiveness. So in my opinion, man's life should start when he's 30 years old, and he should create a family. I don't know. There is no correct saying when you should create a family, but what I'm trying to say is that you need to prolong it a little bit more, For example, me, I would say I would like to create a family at 35, 36, heck, 37, 38, But that's just me. This is how I view the world. This is how I view the life. So, yeah, man, don't rush. Stay calm, don't rush, stay focused. Date women. I'm not saying don't date women. Date women, sleep with them, learn from them. But be smart, be wise, Goodbye.